How's everybody doing today? Well, my good friends in the fragrance world and, the perfume addiction, the perfume passion, I just wanted to share my scent of the day real quick. I wanted to know a couple questions real quick. I wanted to get your feedback if you liked my new camera setup a little bit. I'm using the same tripod and the setup. I've just been working with the angles, trying to change the setup a little bit. I'm wondering if y'all like this a little bit more, if it's something that you enjoy, something that you don't like. That's a little bit better. Let me know, what's your scent of the day? What are y'all wearing today? What are you liking? What are you enjoying? Today I want to introduce the fragrance, my scent of the day, of course, and a fragrance review I'm going to be doing later today. And I hope that you all are excited. I had somebody ask and suggest that I should review more name brand fragrances, more name brands that people would recognize. I love introducing the new brands, the indie brands, the brands that not many people know about or nobody has even reviewed here on YouTube. Of course, that doesn't get me the most views, and some people really do want feedback and help with understanding the popular fragrances, the mass appealing fragrances, the things that they can go to their local mall, pick up, their TJ Maxx's, their Ross, all those great things. So I do need to keep in perspective to have a little bit more of a mix of content. Maybe I should focus on one type of content, but I like to have a mix. Anyways, my scent of the day. Let me know in the comments below what you think about that. I'd love to get some of your feedback and some of your thoughts. My scent of the day is none other than Vodka on the Rocks by Sensual Obsessions. This is an inspiration from Killian's Vodka on the Rocks. This one is much better for a variety of reasons, in my humble and personal opinion. This one overall doesn't have exactly the classy feel. The quality of ingredients isn't exactly the same as a Killian fragrance that costs many times more, 8, 9, 10 times as much as a bottle of one of this. But that's one reason why I like it. The vodka quality on both of the fragrances doesn't last very long, but it's nice. I do like the transparent, clean booziness to the fragrance, even though it's boozy and it's nice and it has that freshness and that sparkle. It doesn't come off as dirty alcohol or raunchy alcohol or anything displeasing that some people might think comes off with the smell of booze. Like somebody has beer on themselves and didn't clean their clothes for a day, or slept outside after getting drunk, or something negative like that. This one smells a little bit more classy than that. And also, this adds a little bit of a blue DNA to the fragrance. There's a little bit of a mass appealing aspect to this fragrance that's added that's not in the Killian. The Killian does not have this blue mass appealing aspect. I'm not sure if I can compare the blue aspect to any particular blue fragrance out there, but to me, it mostly resembles maybe Blue de Chanel with a little bit more of a weight behind it. It doesn't really have the cedar smell to it at all. I think I saw a comment right here. It says, "Long time no see. Happy to see you again, my friend." Yeah, man in the One Review channel. How you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by. Let me know what's your scent of the day. How are things going for you? I always appreciate the support. Um, I like this fragrance a lot. Have you tried Sensual Obsessions at all? Again, the original, the Killian, it's kind of transparent and it doesn't feel like it has a lot of body. It doesn't feel like it has a lot of heart notes or mid notes to the fragrance. This one boosts up the thickness and the feel, the body of the fragrance by adding this blue kind of component, this blue heart to the fragrance, which of course makes it mass appealing. And I usually don't like that kind of thing at all. I don't like blue fragrances off very often or very much at all. And getting more into niche and indie, and it's just not my kind of vibe. But what's so good about this fragrance is that the mineral accord is not only present in this fragrance like the original has, but it's even stronger. There's a lot more of a mineral quality to this. If you like things like Oud Mineral by Tom Ford, Narciso Rodriguez, Noir Anthracite by Tom Ford, and there's a number of fragrances that have that mineral almost vibe. Gray Vetiver by Tom Ford almost has a little bit of that mineral vibe, almost. So and I really like that. So this has a blue vibe, no doubt about it. A fresh, transparent, boozy opening, and then has this mineral edge to it. I like when a fragrance has a edge, almost a sharpness sometimes that gives it almost more of a masculinity or a little bit more of a strong character. I feel like David off Cool Water, one of the reasons that that fragrance is so good and has stood the test of time, David off Cool Water, no doubt about it, is still a good fragrance. Um, it has a little bit of that sharpness, a little bit of a distinctive quality that really grabs people's attention. It has a little bit of that piercing quality. This one has that just a little bit, not a lot, but it certainly does have it a little bit. Sorry about that. We got everything moving on us again, trying to stay out of the sun. Anyways, hopefully I can move this back. Oh, goodness. Anyways, this fragrance it impressed me a lot. I was really surprised by it. Okay, I think we got it under control again. Georgia Jen says, "Hey yo, what up, man? How you doing today? Did you have a good breakfast?" Honestly, I haven't eaten anything. I think I'm gonna go in there and grab some cereal or something after this. Today I wore Kumquat Wood by Mansura. That one doesn't get a lot of love. If you like Cedroc Boise, if you like a kind of thick, sweet fragrance, and you like really woody notes, and if you like apple and you want a twist on a fragrance, to me, Kumquat Wood has more of a quince smell. And if you're unfamiliar with quince, it has this almost fusion of like an apple and an apricot type of smell. It's very interesting, and I love when fragrances and use unique notes. They use unique smells. I'm about to get some Chick-fil-A. You know what's up, man? Chick-fil-A is some good stuff. I'm personally a Popeyes man, but Chick-fil-A is good. Nothing's wrong with them. Do you like their shakes? I'm a sucker for their cookies and cream. I have to stop myself because I love that stuff so much. Anyways, rocking a date for men. Okay, man. Have you done a review? I might have missed it. Looking forward to your review. I have a subscriber who said they might send me a sample buy. I'm not gonna blind buy that personally for myself and the cost, and I don't know what I'm gonna think about that one. I'm not too optimistic, honestly. I swear it clogs up my sinuses. Uh, oh, well, the first version, people say Office for Men, the original, has been reformulated, or at least tweaked a little bit. I saw people with their reviews of the original, the clear bottle Office for Men, before it became the black bottle, and honestly, it was choking people out. There's no doubt about it. Some people don't want to hear that kind of stuff, or people to say that kind of stuff, but it was choking people out. So I wouldn't be amazed that Date for Men kind of does the same thing. Jay Scott says, "What do you think about Armani Code Absolute? There isn't much online about it." Yeah, there's not a lot of talk about it. Not a lot of reviews. There's only like 3 or 4 people who have reviewed or talked about it much at all. Um, I need to try that one. Again, I live a little bit more in the sticks, a little bit more in the boonies, and I don't think we even have that one in our mall yet. So hopefully I can get a sample real quick. I want to review that one, and I'll get a review out to you as quick as I can. One of the announcements I want to share with y'all today is I'm going to review Dolce & Gabbana K today. I know a lot of y'all probably want to hear about that fragrance. It's a newer release, not an awful lot of reviews out there about it. And I have some really interesting thoughts, some really interesting things to share and tell you about that fragrance because I think I might shock some people. Because not about being positive or negative about it, but comparing it to another fragrance. I think it has a similarity to another fragrance out there that again, I like to put my honesty out there, my real opinion, and some people might quite not like my opinion on Dolce & Gabbana K, that it smells similar to a fragrance that's a little bit of a darling in the fragrance world. It's a little, in the fragrance community, it's kind of becoming a darling. And I'll build up the suspense. I won't tell y'all what that is yet. BP Wool's in the house. Thank you. He's a great reviewer too. Georgia Gent, BP Wool. Yeah, I really respect your reviews and your honesty, BP Wool. You're a great guy. He says, "Hey Centaur, what's up, Mark? I'm gonna finish up my sample Mont Blanc Legend Night, and I got a sample of Peruvian Ambrette. Got to give it a test soon. Yeah, that Peruvian Ambrette by Zegna, one of my favorite fragrances, our favorite fragrance buys of 2019. I still think that FragranceNet might have a bottle or two. I think that it, like many of those, some of those Zegna, their higher line, their more exclusive fragrances, were kind of discontinued. I'm not sure which ones they've kept around. Often, if I want to see if something's been discontinued or not, I'll go to the official website. That's one of my biggest tests. One of the things I really know if a fragrance has been discontinued. And if the brand, Armani, any of these brands, Dolce Gabbana, Versace, if they're carrying that fragrance, or if they're not carrying that fragrance on their official website, it often is an indication of the fragrance being discontinued, even if it's in stock. And I'm sure y'all know that sometimes with these fragrances, especially less popular fragrances that people don't hype up or don't fly off the shelves, it might take a whole year or maybe 2 years for the fragrance to actually get, discontinued and for prices to start creeping up. Y'all probably heard about my Acqua di Gio Essenza. I reviewed that fragrance about 8 months ago, or maybe 9 months ago or so, and I talked about I think it was discontinued because the supply was drying up. You could not find that fragrance on, Armani's website or anything like that, and most, stores weren't carrying it anymore. And I checked about a month ago or so it had been 6 months or more, and that one's discontinued, and the prices are crazy. So if you love that fragrance, I'm sorry. I said buy a backup bottle if you liked it. It's sky high. The price is through the roof. It's doubled in price or more now. I actually sold off my bottle because some people like to hoard or collect discontinued things for the exclusivity. It's like having a niche fragrance like nobody else has. But I personally care more about value. I could buy plenty of things that I think I would be happy for, and also buy 2 or 3 more fragrances with the price that I sold off my big bottle of Acqua di Gio Essenza. So that's just me. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah, I'm looking forward to your review of Peruvian Ambrette. I think it's wonderful, but I don't want to spoil your review and feed you any more of my thoughts. Georgia Gent says, "Hey, Robes Await." Oh, Robes Await's in the house. Did I miss that? Oh my goodness, Robes Await's in the house, saying hi and supporting. Robes Await's fantastic. He's an OG in the game. I feel honored, my friend. I feel honored to have you here today. Um, Angelo says, "Scent of the day is Turath by Spirit of Dubai." I haven't heard about that one. Oh my goodness, this sun is not going to leave me alone today. Turath by Spirit of Dubai. It's kind of windy out here. I like the breeze, but it's a little bit cold. Haven't heard about that one. I gotta try it. I don't know. What is it like, my friend? What do you think about it? Code Absolute is brilliant. So is Profumo. Now, I have tried the Profumo, but I have not tried the Absolute. The Absolute sounded like it's more boozy, maybe a little bit more of a cardamom feel. Um, it probably has a nice density to it, but probably doesn't last as long as the Profumo. The Profumo does have that root beer Coca-Cola kind of vibe going on, but there's no doubt about it that it's very mass appealing. Ladies love it. It's a compliment getter, and it simply smells nice. It's a little bit on the sweet side. I don't know if you could call it a gourmand at all. I don't know. Let me know. Do y'all think that y'all could call that one a gourmand? I don't know if you could call that Armani I think it is a gourmand. I don't know. Dolce Gabbana K, I kind of like it, and it performed really good on me. Yeah, man, in one review. I'll share my thoughts about it. My review's coming later today, and y'all hear a lot about it. Robes Away says, "What's going on, Matt? Hope's all well." Yeah, appreciate your support of all of us, Robes. You're one of the OGs. You're one of the only big reviewers that I feel is reaching down or reaching out to some of us, are upcoming, who are doing our best, and we have a passion for fragrance too. I think that things should be much more connected. We should really have a network and all be supporting and caring about more of each other. And not a lot of the bigger guys are doing that. Redolescence does it sometimes. Brooklyn Fragrance Lover is fantastic. He had me as a part of his Christmas collaboration. I'm going to try to do some more collaborations in the future, see if I can't get everybody more connected and involved, because I think the community, that's what this is all about. Instead of these wildfires of confrontation here and there, maybe people's egos, kind of those things going on, we all could befriend each other, and what we all care about is fragrance. Again, I'll say it. We have a lot more similarities than differences. Somebody might like cheapies. I might be on this little train on indies. Somebody might really be into mass appealing niche. Somebody might be into really hard to wear obscure fragrances that are very deep and complex. Somebody might like animalics. I mean, there's a never ending supply of all kinds of fragrance styles and taste and notes. So I don't know. We got a lot. There's a lot of good that we can do, and I'm going to be a part of that with you. Ropes of weight. Let's see here. You say Ambrette was the only one I thought. The others changed the design to the new design. Might be wrong though. Did they have a change in bottles, or is it a change in fragrance? Did they reformulate anything? If they did reformulate, then that's a real. I might have to buy a backup bottle of Peruvian Ambrette. I really like that fragrance. But y'all know that I did get my that bottle. I'm trying to remember the name of it. The name's not coming to me. They think it's Kalahari. I'm not remembering the brand right now. Naomi, by the House of Naomi. I got that one gifted, if y'all remember, and it also has an Ambrette smell or Ambrette nuance. So I don't know. I might be have enough Ambrette in my collection for a little while. Let's see. Jay says yes. I love Absolute. I think it's like Profumo minus the Dr Pepper with more vanilla. Yeah, it's funny. Some people really don't like that root beer, Dr. Pepper, Coca Cola vibe. And it sounds that Absolute took that away and added more vanilla. That's interesting. It might be a real winner. Honestly, I like density and I like smoothness to fragrances. I don't know if I have reviewed the Profumo, but it wasn't for me. But it was quite a nice fragrance. It was. I mean, in the designer world, it's going to get you serious performance. Let's see here. Holy Spirit TV says, scent of the day is 1 million Privé. Sups, Ben? You the man. Thank you for your support, and I think you're the ones who's connected to cross-centered. If y'all haven't checked out my review of cross-centered fragrances, it's my video is kind of labeled like a new indie brand. They have some nice little decants, but the candles, you really blew me away on the candles, man. I don't know what you're putting in those candles, what kind of juju or magic you put into those, but man, I think your candles stole the show compared to your fragrances and all that stuff. Anyways, appreciate you. Man in Review says Absolute is really good. I like it over Profumo, but my girl didn't like it, so I had to skip. Yeah, when you're in a partnership, you want to wear a fragrance that both of you can really appreciate. And there's so many fragrances out there that you could find something that you both could enjoy. I can see that. If the lady absolutely doesn't like your fragrance, of course, I'm a little bit more of a wild or individualistic person. I'm not wearing hard to wear niche fragrances at all. I actually like fragrances that are a little bit in the middle of the road. They're mass appealing and likable enough, but they still have a little bit of character. There's something a little bit different about them. That's where I'm kind of at in my personality, my fragrance journey. But that's a great thought. I appreciate that thought a lot. Let's see here. Man Review says my first purchase of 2020 was Chanel Platinum Egoist. You can't go wrong with Platinum Egoist. It's a classic. It smells so nice. Even though it was made, wasn't it made in the 90s? I don't think it smells dated at all. I have, was it called Armoff Platinum or Niche Platinum by Armoff? That it smells just like, Platinum Egoist. So I don't think I'll need that fragrance for a long time. But Platinum Egoist is so classy and so refined. It's still mass appealing. It's amazing. And it's kind of the older brother, the uncle, the grandpa to Reflection Man, kind of in a way. In my opinion, they both capture a similar vibe. Again, I have those opinions and I see similarities. I know that they're completely different fragrances. I know that they're quite distant in how their fragrances are made and their notes. But as far as the feel of the fragrance, there's no doubt about it. And if you want good performance, Platinum Egoist has always got me pretty good. I wouldn't say great, but decent performance. Let me see here. Best find last year was Molten Brown Londinium, Boozy Amber, and the park in the same park is Stronger with You. Okay, man, I'll have to look that one up. I don't think I've tried many Molten Brown fragrances. I think Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews did a review, and I was really interested. I almost bought one of their like rum shampoos or like body washes for Christmas to spoil myself, but I kind of held off. Maybe if I get a little bit more money, I'll spoil myself with something that high quality, something that nice. Paul says, best find last year. Okay, I already read that. I'm going with Bond number 9, Lafayette Street. Very nice choice. I don't know if I've tried that one. Bond number 9s are often big hits and big misses. So I got to try that one, see what I think about it. Smurfy Gurley's in the house. Another great reviewer. Y'all know all about Smurfy Gurley. Hello, my scent of the day is Sublime Vanille by Creed, but it's dead and gone. It's, it's dead now, so gone with Orion by 4160 Tuesdays. Yeah, that Sublime Vanille doesn't last too long, does it? Um, I don't know if I've tried the Orion. I've tried a few 4160 Tuesdays. I need to try some more. There's so many good niche brands out there, so many good brands, so many good fragrances, and people are always releasing new stuff. It's hard to keep up. You meant Armoff Legis? No, no, it's Nice Platinum by Armoff. It smells kind of like Platinum Egoist to me at least. Oh, that one is a direct clone. It's the niche line. I think it's discontinued at this point, as far as I know. The supplies are drying up on most of them. Some of them are still available. They're really good for the money and the quality of the price for what you're getting. And they come in different, interesting, more circular bottle with more of a heavier cap. I don't know why, but people don't talk about the Armoff niche line very much. I think they have one called like Black Obsidian or something like that, and I've been really thinking about buying that one, but I haven't done it yet. I've really been really tempted to get that one. Um, Anyways, let's see here. Darren Cooper says, "Hi Ben, I haven't made a purchase yet in 2020, but I'm thinking about getting some extra bottles of Dior Homme Eau, Dior Homme Intense, and Dior Homme Parfum." Yeah, guys, I've said it and I'll say it again. If y'all like a formulation of a fragrance and you want it to be that way, if you're in love with it, you might as well just buy a couple backup bottles immediately before reformulations ever happen. Dior is doing new reformulations. They've already reformulated their original Dior Homme. They're probably going to reformulate the Dior Homme Intense again, and the Parfum. They're probably going to tweak something. So if you adore, if you're addicted to, if you just can't deal without, there's people who are crazy about Dior Homme Parfum. If they tweak it or if they discontinue that one, you could expect in the future to probably pay two, three, maybe even $400 for a bottle of Dior Homme Parfum. So buy your if you love it, if you know you're gonna wear a lot of it out. Dior Homme Parfum goes a long way. A little goes a long way. But if you love that fragrance, if you can't live without it, you might as well buy your bottle. The same thing with Mugler. I hope I've gotten the word out. I've tried to do my part as a fragrance reviewer. If you like Mugler, if you like Mugler fragrances, Pure Havana, Pure Malt. I'm a big fan of Pure Tonka, and you really love that DNA, and you really think you can't live without it. Buy yourself an extra backup bottle now, because they were bought out. They're already changing formulations and playing with stuff, and that's what they're gonna do. That's what they like to do. And it's a real shame because Pure Malt already seems to. I think it already went through reformulation. I think Sebastian at Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews has talked about that before. It's not the same. It's still a good fragrance, Pure Malt, no doubt about it. But changing something like Pure Havana is one of the best honey tobacco sweet fragrances in the designer market. And if they touch that one, it's going to be a shame. I mean, it's a good fragrance. That's just like them, touching Paco Rabanne 1 million Privé. If they ever touch that one, I mean, that's going to be a shame. 1 million Privé is one of the best designer fragrances out there, especially for the fall and the winter guys and gals. Fantastic stuff. What's your favorite designer brand for fragrances? Oh goodness, such a hard question. Such a hard question. If we get to include, I'm going to cheat a little bit. if you are talking about a designer brand and I get to include their niche and their higher end offerings, if I had to stick with one, I might stick with Bulgari. Because I have a hard time with summer fragrances. I often don't like summer or citrus fragrances too much. I love a Italian citrus, but often they don't last a long time, and I don't like the vibe exactly, and they get too expensive. Atelier has some wonderful ones. Atelier does citrus like nobody else. They mean business when they do citrus, but they don't last very long and they're expensive. So, but Bulgari does it right. I love their aqua, their marine, their marine fragrance could last longer, no doubt about it. But it's a very nice fragrance. If you want a mass appealing one, Atlantique is great. And I love so many of their other fragrances. I love Bulgari Man in Black and all the flankers of that one for nice fall fragrances. Bulgari's fragrances have a little bit of a classy feel. I love them. Robes, if you're still in the house, you have that the or Eau de Noir. And I am one of the few people who did the review of the intense version with the gold label. I got that baby. I got that juice. It's starting to get really hard to find. There still might be a bottle for you, one or two on eBay. So you might have to go out there on a limb and get it. I think it's gorgeous. I did a quick review of it. I might have to do another review. I was very excited when you talked about Bulgari Eau de Noir. That one's a very nice, classy, sophisticated, almost like slightly metallic and inky and patchouli, and a little bit spicy. It's just gorgeous, and one of my favorite fragrance pickups of last year. I'm very happy to have that in my collection. Let's see here. Holy Spirit Fire TV says, thanks so much. I spend more time creating custom blends for candles. I have Mansara Red Tobacco arriving today, blind bought. That's a really nice one. Mansara fragrances give you great performance and massive, they're quite unique, but I wouldn't say they're mass appealing, but they have enough appeal to really draw people in. They really get positive attention. Big niche heads, people are really deep into niche, often criticize Mansara for being a little bit more linear. There's no doubt about it that the fragrances don't change a lot exactly, but some of them, like Red Tobacco, I love Oud Vanille. Oud Vanille is such a good, date fragrance. It has interesting, dark, seductive qualities to it. Oud Vanille. I need to do another date night, for kind of video. Maybe do another list. I haven't done a list in a while. But if you want, guys, if you want to be an interesting character, if you want to really sweep a lady off her feet, Oud Vanille is one of those interesting ones. And oud often is a scary note. Oud is not something ladies usually like, but they did it right. They have that muted, just like dark, seductive, smooth wood aspect. It doesn't have anything animalic in the fragrance at all. And I'm trying to remember her name. I can't. There's so many reviewers, so many people to remember. She's a newer reviewer. I posted her channel on my Facebook. Of course, please connect to my Facebook and my Instagram, Sentitar Fragrance, and Instagram Sentitar_fragrance. But her favorite date night fragrance for men is actually Oud Vanille, and one of the inspirations on why I had to try it, and I love it too. So. If you want a lady who likes a little bit more of a creative, interesting fragrance, definitely check that one out. Let's see here. Yeah, and again, Holy Spirit Fire TV. I think your candles are the real deal. Maybe you love candles more. Maybe you have a talent for candles. I like your candles really stood out, and I thought your candles were better than your fragrances or anything else. So I'm excited to see maybe what you can do in the future. If there's a way for you to bottle those smells of what you got in the candles, that maple crunch. Oh my goodness, if you put that into a perfume, I'd be all over that. That'd be a gorgeous gourmand fragrance right there. Jay Scott says, I love Privé. So very good stuff. Very true. That 1 million Privé, it's going to do you right. It's a great fragrance for fall. If you're still where it's a little bit cold, again, I live a little bit closer to the Gulf Coast, a little bit closer towards the equator, and this was a warm summer this year. It's kind of like 60 degrees out here, a little bit windy. It's a little bit chilly to me. I still have to wear a little bit of a fleece or jacket, because this is just how I'm acclimated. 30 degrees to me, 30 degrees Fahrenheit is extremely cold. And people out in the South where I'm from, we don't even go outside. We'll just avoid going outside pretty much completely. Nobody's outside playing. And, I've driven across the country. One time we were driving past Colorado, and people were swimming when it was like 30 or 40 degrees. So, to them that was warm, and they were actually swimming outside in 30, 40 degree weather. The water was probably 20 degrees, and they thought that was warm. And, we love warm weather. That's what we're used to. My mom actually won't even get into the water unless it's like 70 degrees plus in the Gulf of Mexico. Anything colder than 70 or 75 degrees is too cold for my mom. So, whole different world. People in Russia, I'm sure with the Siberian winters, they probably would love to jump out there in the water if it was like 20. So, oh my goodness. Let's see here. What's your favorite designer? Okay, I already answered that. Hello, all. Talk and review. Another reviewer popping in the house. How you doing today? What's going on? I had Tom Ford Italian Cypress on today. That's a really nice one. That's actually one of my favorite Tom Fords. I love Oud Mineral. The Tom Ford, the regular Oud Wood is quite a nice fragrance as well. Plum Japanese is one of the ones that doesn't get a lot of love from that Tom Ford collection, the private collection. Plum Japanese is gorgeous, and I don't know why it doesn't get a lot of talk. It's probably because it's a little bit more unisex. I could see a confident lady wearing Plum Japanese, and if you're a guy who likes Black Orchid in the sort, if you're not scared away from something a little bit more sweet and a little bit more plum-like, you got to try it. But of course, in my opinion, with stuff like Andy Warhol from Sensual Obsessions that's out there, that kills a lot of fragrances. I don't know if you need the Plum Japonais. You could get the Andy Warhol by Sensual Obsessions. Um, says man in one review says it's 11 p.m. here in India, and I'm going to sleep. Have a great day, mate. Happy New Year's. Best wishes. Yeah, I wish you the very best, my friend, in 2020. Thank you so much for stopping by. We live on completely opposite sides of the world. I think it's about getting close to 12 p.m. noon, so we probably have like a whole 12 hours difference to us. But have a nice night, sleep, and everything in India. I love connecting with everybody in the world. I made a new friend on Instagram, and he's from Morocco. I never thought that I would ever connect and ever befriend, ever meet anybody from Morocco. Like Morocco, people around here don't even know where Morocco is. So, yeah. Anyways, Bucksy Boy assistant of the day is Hugo Boss Bottled Intense. Oh my goodness, you people who watch my content, you guys are fantastic. You people who have found me and like my content are the real deal. Hugo Boss Bottled Intense says classy, it's easy to wear, it's an apple cinnamon fragrance, and it's very long lasting. The Hugo Boss Bottled Intense Parfum. I know it's a very long name and it's ridiculous. They kept labeling things on. Again, Hugo Boss Bottled is the original, and then there's the Intense Flanker, and then they have a regular version like an EDT, and then they have a Parfum concentration of that one. The Parfum concentration is expensive if you get it from a retailer. But if you get it on discounts or discounters, sometimes you can find it in the $50, $60 range. It's gorgeous and it's classy. It's refined. I need to get myself a bottle. I ran through a sample. I can't believe you said that because, you made my day. I love that fragrance and I need it. And you got a good nose on you. And some people say it's generic because it's just a cinnamon apple fragrance and it doesn't change a lot exactly, and it is a little bit almost resinous because it's a little bit more thick. But by golly, Pete gets compliments, and if you like that kind of stuff, and it's upscale, it can be dressed up or dressed down. Y'all make my day. Anyways, again, if y'all popped in, if any of y'all are popping in at the end of this video, my scent of the day is a Vodka on the Rocks by Central Obsessions. It has a little bit more of a blue quality to it. It's mass appealing. People like it because it's it smells clean, almost shampoo like, and then it has a little bit more of that mineral vibe in the dry down, and of course the vodka off the top. I love this fragrance. If you like Cool Water, Davidoff Cool Water, you're probably going to like a fragrance like this. It's aquatic with an edge, with a personality, with a little bit of spunk. Definitely check this one out if that's the kind of thing you like. Anyways, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this one up. But, again, my review of Dolce & Gabbana K is coming down later today. Look forward to that one. I'm going to try to do more live videos just about every morning or every so often. I really want to connect with y'all. I never want to, leave y'all hanging. I never want to disappoint y'all. I never want to let anybody fall through the cracks because I've had some fantastic people who were my friends. Maybe they got tired of fragrances in general. I don't know what went on, and I miss them, and I never want to miss you. I never want to see y'all disappear. So, Smurfy Girly says, bye, Benjamin. Have a great day, Smurfy Girly. Have a fantastic one. I appreciate you stopping by. I've never tried it. I got it for Christmas, and I knew there was an EDT or EDP version of it, and I got the EDP. You got the right one. You got the right fragrance. The Hugo Boss Bottled Intense, the Parfum, is the right way to go. It has solid performance, very good performance, upscale, classy, apple cinnamon fragrance. Gorgeous stuff. Hugo Boss Intense is the only fragrance I can wear without getting bored the entire month. Timeless classic. I agree. That DNA and that fragrance should be considered a classic, just like Platinum Egoist, and just like some of these fragrances that have really stood the test of time. It's a gorgeous combination and a gorgeous fragrance DNA. You're doing great, man. Keep it up. Thank you, Jay Scott. I appreciate that. I wish y'all a fantastic weekend. That's not even the weekend, is it? I'm losing track of time. It's been busy around here, and we're going to have some construction going on again. Anyways, I'll see y'all. Have a fantastic day. Look forward to my review dropping down later today, and I wish y'all the very best. Have a good one, my friends. And, of course, wear what you love. Wear what you love. That's what I always say. And rock what you got. That's how we do it. I'll see y'all next time. Bye, my friends.